This
HTML file,
conference will now be recorded.
and this HTML file is going to be index.html. This will be index.html. Index.html is going to be rendering with index.js. This is going to be combined with index.js file. Index.js containing with index.js. Index.js combined with app.js. This is app.js. App.js is the first component which is available for React, and this is app.js. App.js is going to be having a lot of other components if you want. For example, every component is a JSX file. Every component is a JSX file. So I got a prepared header file, footer file, all these things here. Header.js. This is header, header.js, header.js, and footer.js. Footer.js. These two files are actually merging with the app.js. These two files are merging with the app.js. App.js merging with index.js. In index.js, basically one root is coming, one root attribute is coming from index.js. And here there is a method called react dom.render. React dom.render. DOM DOM, capital letters. React dom.render. React dom.render. Yes or no? And this react dom.render is going to be having first one root. Then after that you'll be having the you'll be having app first. How app is going to be rendering? App. Then you'll be having root ID. Root ID. So this is going to be closing with the function. So this is the architecture of React project. How React project is going to be rendering all these things. Let me open the project first. Visual Studio Code. Whatever the project I created last class. So how to create React project? So new people also try to understand how to create React application. React is basically what? Yes, React is JS library. React is JS library, and React follows JSX and ES6 programming. React follows JSX and ES6 programming. And one more thing, React.js creates single page applications. Single page applications. And what is the meaning of JSX? New people try to understand how to create project. Everything I will show today. Don't worry. So from today onwards, everybody have to attend React class in the previous sessions in the morning time. Now, what is JSX? JavaScript with XML. JSX is what? JavaScript with XML. XML is what? Custom components you can able to create. Custom components. So now you try to understand the difference between HTML and XML. Try to understand difference between HTML and XML. Write a points for HTML. HTML is what? No. HTML for design web pages. HTML is all having predefined components. Predefined components. HTML is going to be having only predefined components. There is no custom components in the part of HTML. HTML for design components. HTML is going to be having all predefined components. HTML for design web pages. We already know that. And what are the different type of components in HTML? Div is there, form is there, h1 to h6 headings are there. Lot of elements, a tag, table tag, etc. There are multiple components which are going to be available in the part of HTML. HTML predefined components, all are predefined components. Coming to the XML. XML. What is XML, guys? XML look like HTML. XML look like HTML. XML look like HTML. And all components are basically custom components. For example, book is one component. Book open, book close. Inside book, if you want to take a C language book, C language book. So C language open, C language close. Inside C language, for example, for C language book, I need to take a author name. Author. Who is the author? Something like some author name. You can give something like a name, whatever the name you want, you can provide. And author is getting close. This is a kind of XML. This is the kind of XML. Author name, and one more thing, price. You can go for price. Price. You can go for number of pages. Number of pages. Something like 123. Number of pages again. This is what actually XML is. XML look like HTML, but XML is going to be having all custom defined components. XML all having custom tags. XML all having custom tags, not predefined tags. And now JSX is JavaScript with XML. JavaScript with XML. X means XML. JS means JavaScript. That is what actually called a JSX. So what we are trying to doing with the JSX, for example, this is our JSX component. This is our JSX component, and this is actually defined with the function or class. Component is going to be defined with function or class. JSX components are two types. One is the functional component, one is the class component. Either it is functional component, either it is a class component. But it's a function or class, no problem. But inside, I'm going to be writing a lot of HTML. Inside, I'm going to be writing a lot of HTML. So inside this, I will write HTML tags. And finally, browser visualized with HTML. That is the why reason we are writing all the HTML components inside. And finally, this component name is something like a header. This component name is something like header. Okay, I want to use this header, guys. I want to use this header. How to use this header? You can use this header component by writing header like this. Header open, header close. You can write like this. Header open, header close. And even each JavaScript, even JSX, each and every JSX component defined with capital letters. Remember it. Some rules and regulations we need to follow. Each and every JSX component defined with what? Capital letter. Remember it. So if you want to use this component, you can able to access with open and close tags. Open and close tags. Either you can write like this. Directly you can able to get the component with self-close tag. How to work with the self-close tag? Should be like this. Remember some of the fundamental rules of the React.js. React.js always having JSX components. Each and every component is going to be a JavaScript file. Inside JavaScript, you are going to be returning some HTML components. Why? Because of browser can able to understand only HTML. That is the reason we are writing HTML inside. But component defined with function, component defined with the class. That's it. Component defined with function, component defined with class. Okay. Now, here, understand some points. Differences between HTML and XML. XML used for what? XML used for store data or export data. Export data between client and server. Export data between client and server. Client and server. XML used for store data or export data between client and server. That is the use of XML. This is the use of HTML. HTML used for design web pages. We know HTML, how to write HTML, and try to understand XML also. XML is custom defined components. Some root level component, child level component, sub child level component. but all the components are our custom defined components. Interview question: how HTML and XML will be? XML to store and transport the data between the client and server, like JSON. We know JSON file structure, right? We know all JSON file structure. In the same way, XML file structure is available. XML also used for store data, export data between the client and server. That is one use. And here, but JSX is following with JavaScript with XML. Sir. JavaScript with XML. Why? Because of our component names, our wish. Suppose you are going to be designing a application which is like product related application, product heading, product name, product description, product quantity, product whatever it may be, product price. You are going to be defining your own components, but component data will be updated soon from servers. That is what actually you have to remember. And how to install React.js? How to install React.js? How to install React.js? There are multiple ways to install React.js. You can go with the CDN links. You can go with the npm. What is npm here? Node package manager. Interview question. What is npm? Node package manager. npm is one bundle. npm is node package manager. Node.js. From Node.js, you will be having a lot of packages. From Node, you can install React. From Node, you can install Angular. From Node, you can install Vue.js. Lot of JavaScript libraries or frameworks which are available inbuilt npm. And React developed with Node.js. React developed with what? Node.js. One more point. React developed on Node.js. And React was developed by who? Facebook in 2000. Very famous nowadays. React is. You can define single page applications using with React. So I am going to be giving one simple structure for you. What is this? (14:2) already taken. So what is our folder? Can I go for this is morning batch? Here I am giving 14:2. This will be the notes. Now I will show one diagram. Can you see what is the major difference between the traditional page cycle and single page life cycle? So what is the traditional page? How traditional page? In last class I told you already. So whenever you are giving initial request from server, you are getting the complete HTML response. Again your post message, completely you are getting the response. Every time we need to go with the page reload concept. Every time we need to go with the page reload concept. So that is a traditional page. But coming to the SPA life cycle, SPA means single page application. React, Angular, Vue, or single page application development processes. In single page application development, what is the important thing? Initial request is going. When initial request is going, complete HTML is downloading by single time. One time HTML completely download for you. And second time onwards, you are giving a simple as request, and automatically you will get the data as a JSON. A part of the page will be uploaded. A part of the page will be updated. Not complete HTML is going to be downloading for you. So which is the better nowadays? Which is the better one nowadays? Single page application is the better one nowadays. Why? Because of no need to hit server for every time. No need to download the complete page every time. One time you download the complete web page, whatever the concept you want to update, you can update. For example, in my web page, this is my web page. I want to update only the part of the page, this one. If you want to update this one, no need to download the complete HTML. No need to download the complete HTML. Related to this particular component, only data will be downloaded from the servers. So this page is not getting refreshed every time. Complete page is not getting refreshed every time. Only the part of the data is getting updating from the services. That is single page application. That is the first advantage. What is the second advantage? Second advantage is virtual DOM. Second advantage is virtual DOM. There is a concept of virtual DOM in React.js. Virtual DOM takes care about the data changes. Virtual DOM takes care about data changes. Real DOM is not getting effect every time. When virtual DOM changes, this virtual DOM replaces the content on top of the original DOM. This virtual DOM replaces all the content, all the changes into the original DOM. That is what actually the process of React application. React first advantage is single page application. That is okay. Single page application process it is following. Second advantage is virtual DOM. With these two advantages, React was famous. But Angular is going to be having only single page application development. Angular not follows virtual DOM concept. That is the way React popular. React follows virtual DOM again. Real DOM not affecting every time for the small changes. Only virtual DOM is taking care about the data changes. So this is already we discussed, and one more time I'm telling to you people. And let me go to this diagram I will share with you. No worries. Now come to the point. How to work with the CDN for the React, and how to work with the NPM. CDN, what are the different kind of libraries I need to add? One is the React.js. One is the React.dom.js. Two files we need to add. One more is Babel.js. Why Babel? Now you have a question. Sir, what is the importance of the Babel file? What is the importance of the Babel file? This is important and interview question. What is the importance of the Babel? Babel is basically transpiler, sir. Babel is basically transpiler. What transpiler can do? Transpile your JSX2. Transpile your JSX2. JS. Why? Because HTML understand only JavaScript. HTML understand only JavaScript. Browser understands only. Okay. Browser understands only HTML. So to that reason, HTML need to get with JavaScript, but JavaScript is not available with React. That is the reason JSX, and JSX components are actually designed with JSX components defined with functional component or class, and all these files are basically JSX files, or you can define as JS. No issues. The file should be .jsx file, or the file should be .js file. Finally, the component is going to be having extension .jsx or .js. So all the components which are going to be having JSX syntax, JSX can't understand by the HTML directly. That is the reason JSX converting into the JavaScript. How this JSX converting into the JavaScript? Why? Babel.js. Babel.js is going to be a transpiler. This Babel.js is going to be converts your JSX into JS. That is internal process of conversion. That conversion is going to be done with the Babel.js. So that is the reason these three files are compulsory for the React application. Got my pointer? Let me take one simple Babel file. How to get the Babel file? You go to the react.js.org. React.js.org. So here you can go for the docs. Here you can go for the try React. Here you can go for download HTML file. You can see some HTML file is available over there. And copy the file, take new program, save it as sample.html. Now this is HTML file, and some libraries already added. First library is react.js. Second library is react.dom.js. Can you try to observe it? One is the React.js, one is the React.dom.js, one is the Babel.js. Three files already available, sir. By these three files, you can execute your React application. By these three files, you can execute your React application. Now, can you go down? You'll be having a script Babel, okay. And inside the body, can you check the body? Can you check the body? Inside the body, there is an element called root. There is an element called root. After that, script content. Can you observe the script content now? Script is the type of Babel script. Script is the type of text by JavaScript, that is in the normal web page. Text by Babel in the React application. Text by Babel. So here, what is going to be happen? As a method called React DOM.render. React DOM.render. What React DOM.render contains with? Whatever the component you want to execute and where we need to execute. So I have two questions. What I need to execute, where I need to execute. What I need to execute, where I need to execute. I need to execute some H1 component. I need to execute on H1 component on top of the root element. On top of the root element. I am just placing H1 on top of the root. Just placing H1 on top of the root. Root is already one element in the HTML. On top of the root, I am placing H1. That's it. By the method called React DOM.render, a function. React DOM.render function is the entry point of the React application. React DOM.render is what? Entry point of the application. React DOM.render. React DOM capital letters. React DOM.render. This is the important interview question. What is this? This is the entry point of React application. Where your React server is getting starts. Where your node server is getting starts with the React application. React DOM.render is the entry point. Remember it. Okay, so what is the function here? What is the function here? React DOM.render. One more point I can write. React DOM.render. What is this? This is the render method. This is the entry point. This is the entry point of React application. This is the entry point of React application. What this render method contains with? This render method contains with what? First of all, what we need to execute, some component. Suppose, for example, app component I want to execute. And where I want to execute? On top of the, what is the root here? Root is the ID from index.html. ID from index.html. So I'm placing app on top of the root. Placing app on top of the root. That is what actually first React application will be. Okay, so the same concept which is executing in the CDN content. Here you'll be having CDN. Here we'll be having CDN. Some script is there. Can I execute it? So what is the output of this? You'll be having a React hello world. This is the React page. This is the React page with hello world. Okay, I want to place one more H1, sir. I want to place one more H1. I want to place hello node.js. How to place hello node.js? Hello node.js. How to execute this? This will be executed or not? This will not execute. What is the problem? Some of the people already know. The problem is basically you can't able to render multiple components at the same time. You can't able to render multiple components at the same time. Only one component you have to render. But I'm trying to rendering two components here. I'm trying to rendering two components. One is hello React, one is hello Node.js. This is not possible. Then what we need to do? We need to place a single component before this. That is called a div. Div open, div close. When you take a division, division is a single component. Inside the division, I'll be having multiple components like H1 and H1. Now, can I execute this? Can I execute this? This is possible now. So hello React is there, hello Node.js is there. Now you can see the output, refresh the output. Hello React already placed and hello Node.js also placed. Hello React I placed, hello Node.js I placed. This is what actually a React application is. This is actually React application is. Got my point? Understand? Okay, so this is actually CDN, but in real time don't use CDN. In real time don't use CDN. Directly you have to go with the NPM Node Package Manager. How to work with Node Package Manager? How to work with Node Package Manager? Install project from Node. Install React. Install React from NPM. How to install React from NPM? First of all, we need to install Node.js in your machine. First of all, first point is install Node.js in your machine. How to install Node.js, sir? How to install Node.js? Directly you can go for the nodejs.org. Nodejs.org. So take Node.js from nodejs.org with recommended version. Don't go for the latest features. Go with the recommended version. Okay, so nodejs.org. So this is the website. From this website, you can download the Node.js. This is the website. I'm giving this website here. So follow the documentation, follow the video, and do the project today. Do the React first project today. Okay, so this is the Node application, Node download, and go with the recommended version. Recommended based on your operating system, based on your OS, based on your operating system, you can download it. After installing Node.js, open your command prompt. Open CMD. Open CMD for Windows user. Open CMD for Windows user. Open terminal. Open terminal for Mac users. Open Windows. Open command for Windows user. Open terminal for Mac users. After that, create a folder. Create a folder for React applications. Create a folder for React applications. So I can create a folder on top of desktop. After that, fourth one, open command prompt, open CMD, navigate to the folder. Navigate to the folder. So some commands we need to remember here. cd make dir. This command for what? Create a folder, sir. Create a folder. Make dir means nothing but creating a directory. Okay, how to navigate to the folder? For example, I create a folder called React apps. I create a folder called React apps. How to navigate inside the folder? cd space React apps. cd space React apps. This is navigating to React apps folder. Navigating to React apps folder. Then after that, creating project with npx create React hyphen app. So create hyphen React hyphen app space app name. What is the app name you want? You can give it. So app name is demo. After that, I want to navigate to the demo folder. How to navigate to the demo folder? cd space demo. So this is what actually for navigate to demo folder. Navigate to demo folder. After that, npm start. npm start. This is what for run application. Run demo application. Run demo application. Run demo application in browser. Run demo application in browser. For that. Okay, so let's go with the process of creating React project. So first of all, checking with the node. How to check with the node? After installing the node, check with the installation. Check installed or not. How to check? Open command prompt. Open command prompt and give node -v. One more, npm -v. Node -v for checking node installation. Checks node version installed. npm minus v checks npm version installed. So these are the two commands we need to keep. Okay, let me check node installed or not in my machine. Open my terminal. This is my Mac machine, and here I'm checking with the node version, node minus v 16.14.0, npm minus v 8.3.1. So my node is ready. Now I have to navigate to my folder. So let me go to the desktop. So cd desktop. I'm on top of desktop. Now what I want to do, I need to create a folder for the React applications. How to create folder? Make dir cd make mkdir and so not cd mkdir no spaces. What is the directory I want to create? Something like React apps sooner. This is my folder. What is the folder I'm trying to creating now? React apps sooner. This is my folder. So cd React apps apps React apps underscore sooner. This is my folder. Now I'm inside the folder of React apps sooner. On top of the desktop, I'm creating a folder. What is the folder I created? React apps sooner. I'm just navigating into my folder. What is my folder I created with? React apps sooner. So in this folder, I want to create a project. How to create project? npx create react hyphen app at the latest. Take demo. Demo is my project name. Or you can give the first. Try to remember the syntax. Create hyphen react hyphen app. For the latest version, you need to go for the latest at the latest, and give the project name. Project name is first. Remember one point here. What is the point here? Project name should be in small letters. Don't give capital letters for the project name, sir. Don't give capital letter for project name. So rules for project name. So what is the first rule? Project name should be in small letters. What is the second rule? Project name should not have spaces. One more point. Project name do not start with do not start with numbers. Project name do not start with numbers. Project name should not have any special characters. Project name do not have any special characters. Without underscore. Okay, underscore is this. Underscore allowed, sir. Underscore allowed. No spaces. Don't give any spaces. Don't give any special characters. And don't take numbers. Do not start with the number. At the same time, project name should not start with the capital letter. Project name should go with the small letter. Please remember it. Project name need to start with the small letters. Okay, I got given project name. What is the project name I given? First, just enter. So when we click enter, project is getting downloading for us. It will take few minutes, 1 to 2 minutes based on your network speed. Project is getting downloading for you. And this class is for older people and new people. Why? Because everybody have to follow the same class link for the React Node Express MongoDB from tomorrow. 11:30 to 1:30. And 10 o'clock class, I will cover the previous things like CSS3, HTML5, Bootstrap, and ES6 also. Okay. So this is getting downloading for us. Within 2 minutes, wait for 2 minutes to download the complete project. Make sure that you will be having internet connection or not. Make sure that you will be having internet connection or not. If you don't have internet connection, you can't able to work with the NPM. You can't able to download the project first. Try to wait for a few seconds. Okay, so project was downloaded. Project was downloaded. Can you check once project downloaded or not? Can you check once project downloaded or not? So the folder I created with React underscore apps underscore Sudat folder I created by the command line. So inside this folder, one folder got created called first. First is my folder I was created, and inside the first is the app name basically. First is the project name. Inside first, you'll be having lot of folders or files, folders and files. Okay. So let me write one by one all the folders and files. What is the first folder? What is the first file? First file, node modules. What about node modules? So once we create project, once we create project, we download one. Okay, once we create project, one folder was downloaded. One folder was downloaded inside which folder? Inside where is the folder name I given? Create a folder React apps Sunada I given. What is the project name I given? First, okay. So @latest, you have to go with @latest here. Now you tell me. Once we create a project, one folder was downloaded inside. What is the folder name? Called first. Okay. Open the folder. Open folder. Then we will find lot of folders and files below. Lot of files and folders below. So what are the files and folders we got? One by one, check it out. One, node modules. Second one, package.json. Second one is package.json file. This is file, sir. Package.json is file, not folder. Third one, package log dot package. The third file is what? Package lock.json. Package hyphen lock.json file. And one more is public folder. And one more is readme file. readme.md. Fifth file is readme.md file. And sixth file is src folder. Okay, now I will explain all these folders one by one. Node modules. What about node modules? All packages related to npm. So we don't touch this folder. We don't touch this folder. Yes or no? We don't touch this folder. And second folder, what is this? Package.json file. So can I open the project in the Visual Studio Code first? Open Visual Studio Code. This is Visual Studio Code only. And Let me copy the complete notes into the Sublime text here. Now I'm trying to open in the folder. What is the folder now? Open, desktop, go to the folder. What we created now? React class, Python class. No. Where is that? React apps, Suna, and folder name is first. Open it. Once we got open this, so we have a lot of files already added. One is the node modules. Node modules, lot of packages we got. Don't disturb this. Don't disturb this. And public folder. In your public folder, one index.html file is there. Index.html file is there. And go to the next file, src folder. src folder is going to be app.css, app.js, app.test, index.css, index.js. So what it is going to be happening with now? Index.js. Let me open this. What is going to be happening with now? Index.js. Where is the index.js? Index.js is merging to the index.html. Index.js sending index.html sending to the browser. And index.js contains with this is the simple formula. This is the simple formula of React application render. App.js is going to be having one simple component. That component is going to be attaching to the index.js. Index.js merging to the index.html. Index.html rendering to the browser. Okay, now you tell me index.html contains what? Root element, exactly. Index.html contains one root element, that is the division. That is division. On top of this division, I need to place what? App.js. App.js I need to place. So how app is placing? app slash. This is the JSX component, right? App.js, a file. That file is going to be utilizing by component. How file utilizing with component? Like this. Angle brackets, like HTML. And this file is going to be utilizing. App.js is going to be utilizing like app component. This is file. Basically, this is file. Whenever you are using the file, you are utilizing as a component. Utilizing as a component. How component is going to be? Self-closed tag. Self-closed tag. That's it. And now, and finally, this app is going to be injecting to the index dot. App is going to be injecting into the. So in index.js, a method got. We got a method. What is the method in index.js? React DOM.render. React DOM.render. What this method contains with? What this method contains with? This one, app slash comma. Two parameters. First parameter is your component. First parameter is your app.js component. Second parameter is root. It means what? In index.js, app.js merging, at the same time index.html root element also merging. App.js is merging, at the same time root element also merging. So by merge, React DOM.render is working. By merge, React DOM.render is working. React DOM.render containing with app component, at the same time root element as two parameters. As two parameters. So this is, I think this is third time I'm explaining the React folder structure. Still people are confusing with the React project folder structure. Don't confuse. The first class is very, very important class. How the folder structure will be, how React DOM.render is working, how your component is going to be creating. This is important. The next onwards, all these concepts, we are trying to working on concepts next level. But the first folder creation, folder structure, React DOM render structure, important. In interview, a lot of questions will come in the first class, whatever the class we are discussing today. A lot of interview questions will come for you on top of the React.js. How to create a React project? Please tell me. How to create a React project from NPM? What is NPM? Tell me. What is JSX? Tell me. Okay, you create a component with what type of extension? .html or .js? That is one question. And why not HTML components? Why not HTML components? Why you are creating JSX components? Another question. Explain about React DOM.render function. Explain about the functional component. Explain about the class component. What is the difference between the functional component and class component? Lot of questions. 15 questions will come in this first class. Please try to follow. As pressure, a lot of questions will come on the first class. A lot of other questions will come into the next level concepts. What is a meaning of expression? What is the meaning of expression? How to write a class for the JSX file? Is it clear? Explain about the React structure. Explain about the React architecture. Lot of concepts, lot of interview questions. All these interview questions I will give you later. And can I go with the project now? Okay, so let me check. What is index.html contains with? Only root. Nothing is available. HTML is having only root, sir. We don't write any HTML components to see on top of the browser. We don't see any HTML components on top of the browser, but we see HTML components, but that HTML components from the components, not from the index.html. Index.html is just first page which is sending to the browser. But index.html contains only root component, root ID. That root ID where it is going to be accessing, which is going to be accessing in index.js. In index.js, root already accessed. Where root accessed? Where root accessed? Where root accessed? Just check it out. Now you see, observe. This method is observed. In index.js, first of all, React imported, React DOM imported, CSS file imported, and app imported. Without app import, I can't able to use app, sir. Without import, I can't able to use app here. First of all, import it. First of all, import it. Why? Because folder to folder, so for file to file, you have to exchange the data. File to file, you have to exchange the data. Whenever you want to exchange the data, first of all, we need to understand a concept called export, a concept called import. Concept called export, concept called import. Without export, I can't able to export this app. App need to export here. When this app is exporting, then only I can able to use app inside a index.js. Basically, I'm using app, right? Where I'm using app here? In React DOM.render function. In React DOM.render function, I'm using app component. If you want to use app component, first of all, app component should be exported. Here it is exporting, sir. Here it is exporting, and here it is importing. Where it is importing? Inside index.js. Inside index.js, it is importing, sir. When we imported, then I can able to use app component here. And one more thing is from index.html. From index.html, root is referred. Root component is already referred. Now, what we are trying to doing is root, so app on top of the root. Placing app on top of the root. I told you two W questions. One W question is what I need to render. One more W question is where I need to render. Where I need to render? Here. What I need to render? Where I need to render. What I need to place? Where I need to place. I need to place app component. I need to place app component on top of the 2 points. Remember, this is the first entry point of the React DOM.render. After entry, one component place, that is the root level component. On top of the component, you place n number of components. You place n number of components with export and import. With what? Export and import. Every time you have to use export and import only. You are exporting here, you are importing there. By import, you can utilize. Okay, so let me clear the drawing now. Hope you got understand online people, everybody. Any question online people?
No, sir.
Thank you. Let me clear the drawings now. Now we'll go for the project run. How to run the project? You have the command line already open. Okay, sir, I don't want to go with this command line. This command line only for project creation. Okay, once we created a project, and this is going to be giving you some message to you, success created first at some folder. Then immediately what you need to do? npm start. And before that, we suggest you begin with the typing of cd first, then npm start. Don't go directly npm start. npm start. npm start is actually the command to run the process. To run the project, npm start is the command. But before npm start, we need to go for the cd first. So I given some predefined commands, pre-imported commands. What are the commands? Tell me one more time. First command is what? First command, when you open command line, first command is what? Directory creation. How to create a directory? First of all, cd desktop calendar. You have to move to the desktop first. Wherever you want, you can go for. I am going for desktop for easy purpose. If you want, you can go for the D drive, E drive, F drive, whatever it may be. First, you go to that particular drive. After moving to the drive, mkdir. Mkdir is the command. What is mkdir? Make directory. Mkdir directory name. Directory nothing but folder. Mkdir folder name. Immediately. Next command. cd space directory name, folder name. React apps underscore Sunad is my folder name. mkdir react underscore apps underscore folder name, Sunad. Next cd react apps Sunad. We are in the folder now. Then we need to give the command npx space create hyphen react hyphen app @ latest space project name, whatever the project name you want. I want to create a project name with first F small letter. Yep, small letter. Enter. You downloaded the complete project in the particular React apps underscore Sunad. Now immediately what I need to do? If you want, you can go and navigate here. If you don't want, you can go for them from the Visual Studio Code. Okay. Let me go from this npm here. Okay, let me go. How to go? cd space. Tell me, online people not responding. What I need to give now? Online people, please respond here. What immediately I need to do now? Lavanya, Likita, Manisha, Nandana, Nikhil, Prashant, Sada, Kiran, Vinny, Venkat. What I need to do now immediately? What I need to do now, sir? Offline people. cd space first. Very good. cd space first. Enter. Without enter, it will not move, sir. Enter. So now we are in the folder called. First. Before the first already one folder is there. What is the folder? React hyphen apps hyphen underscore hyphen apps underscore Sunad. That is not visible here. Don't worry. We are in the child folder called first. From the first, you have to start your procedures. From the first only you have to start your operations. What is my first operation? I need to start my project. How to start project? How to start project? How to start project, sir?
npm start.
Yes, exactly. npm start. npm start. ఇక్కడ ఉంది కదా. Here it is showing already. Here it is showing already. So first is cd first, then npm start. So I try to telling you people number of times. Online people, if it is possible, come to offline from tomorrow. Online people, lot of online people are there. If it is possible, if you people are in Hyderabad, please come to offline. I don't want to see people in online for the next 25 days. I already given one message to you. And tomorrow onwards, you people carry your laptops into the class. If you have laptops, just carry your laptops. We want to go with the practical oriented sessions. React.js, Node.js, Express.js, MongoDB, everything. You have to follow me, you have to execute with me. Without your execution, I can't move forward, sir. I don't move forward. You have to execute the folders, you have to execute the procedures with me in the classroom. I will give you some time. After explanation, I'm going to be giving some time to you. You have to expose it. You have to execute it. Okay. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript, I'm not asking you people get your laptops and execute with me. But here onwards, it is very, very important to execute with me. If you're stuck with somewhere, immediately we will resolve it. How to solve it? Please get your laptops from the React classes. Tomorrow, I want to see everybody carry with your laptops. If you don't have laptop, I don't care about it. You sit with another person who is having laptop. You sit with another person who is having laptop from tomorrow onwards. Online people, second.
This conference will now be recorded.
npm start. When I do npm start, my project was rendering to the browser. The project immediately rendering to the browser. Now you see project already rendering to the browser with server localhost 3000. With the server localhost 3000. Where is my logo? Yeah, I got my logo. So this is actually the first project what we downloaded. But I don't want to see this logo. I don't want to see this heading. I don't want to see this hyperlink and all. So can I remove all these things? How to remove, sir? Where it is going to be available? In app.js. Go to app.js. Please delete the header. Don't delete anything. Don't delete anything. Just delete the header. Delete the header. Delete the logo import. Delete the header. Delete the logo import. And where the logos are available, just remove the logos. I don't want to see the logos and all. Just delete the logos. Right click on this. Delete it. Logo related, completely logo related things I am deleting, sir. And logo SVG also I don't want to see. Just delete the logo SVG. Delete it. And one more thing we have to delete. One more thing we have to delete. Fav icon, just make it delete. Fav icon also no need to delete it. And one more thing we want to delete. In app.css, logo related CSS. All this is logo related CSS. Just delete everything. Animation, some animation is working. Keyframe animation is working. Just delete it. Now you go to app.js. Inside the div, I told you, sir, any functional component which is going to be returned only one component, single component. Functional component or class component, anything is there, but it is going to be rendering only with a single component. So what is the single component here? Div. Inside the div, place something. Hello. Let me take a h1. Hello. Yet. Welcome to Suna. Just that's it. Now save it. You can see the output of the page. Where is the logo? Removed. Where is the background color black? Removed. Where is the header? Deleted. Where is the hyperlink? All the header was deleted. Complete header was deleted. That is header basically. That header was deleted. Now you got only one component h1. We got only h1 component here. Okay. So immediately what I want to do is instead of taking the h1 here, Instead of taking the H1 here, I want to create my own custom component. I want to create my own custom component. How to create own custom component? After the app.js, I want to create a header.js. I want to create a custom component with header.js. Now you can see and observe, I am creating a one new component. New component is going to be having the name called header. H is capital letter. H is why, sir? That is rule. That is rule of JSX. That is rule of JSX. Any component you are going to be creating, that file should be having. Okay, so let me explain this one more time. Okay, so node modules we already done. And what is this file? Package.json. What is this package.json file? All packages with the JSON format. All packages in JSON format. This can be editable later. This can be editable. This can be editable later. Later, not now. And one more, lock file. Don't disturb this. We don't disturb this lock file. Don't touch this file. Okay. Next, one more is public folder. Don't touch. Touchable. Where you touch? This one is actually having one file that is called index.html. Don't touch. Don't change root to something. Root is root. That is a defined one. Don't touch, sir. Public folder, don't touch. Don't touch. If you want, you can remove the logos and all from here. Don't touch index.html file. And one more file, readme. Readme is not editable. You can't able to change anything. Don't touch. Touch her, don't touch her. Don't touch. Readme file is just about your project description, all this. Next, your src folder. This is touchable, modifiable. This is the main folder you have to work with. What this src folder contains with? One is the app.js, one is the index.js. Yes or no? No. Index.js. And one is the app.css. Three files, major important three files which are available. App.css related to the styles. External style, internal style. This is external style. External style sheet. For what? App.js. Next, app.js. App.js is going to be having what? App.js is going to be having what? Functional component, which is available with functional component by default, which is actually containing with the functional component by default. What is the functional component name? Exactly, app. That is app. Okay, come to the index.js. Index.js containing with what? Index.js containing with what? React DOM.render. React DOM.render. And this render contains with app and document.getElements by id. Good, that is okay. So comma. So comma separated. Parenthesis. React DOM.render app. That's it. And this folder, src folder, is editable or not? Src folder is editable. Editable means we can able to add lot of files. How many files? N number of files, n number of components, n number of files you can add. N number of files and folders. Related to your complete project. Now, how to add file? CSS file or JavaScript file. How to add file? For example, I want to add header.js. I want to add a footer or CSS, header.css. I can able to add. This is my one component, sir. If you want to add component, this is the way of adding components. Header, I can able to add. Footer, I can able to add. I can able to add header, I can able to add footer, anything. But here some rules and regulations of component name, rules per component name, rules per component name. So tell me, sir, what is the component? How to create component name? The first rule is component name should be in capital letters, capital letters. Project name should be in the, remember, sir, project name in small letters, capital letter. Component name should be in the capital letters. Some rules and regulations of the React code. And the component name should not have special characters and should not start with numbers, some variable kind of thing. Should not start with number. Should not starts with number. Third point, component name should not have keywords, and component name should not have any spaces. Should not have spaces. Fifth point, component name should not have any special character. Should not have any special characters without underscore. Underscore allowed, sir. Anywhere underscore allowed. Okay, so save this notes. React underscore notes. I'll send these notes for everyone. Don't worry. Now tell me. So header was added. Header was added. So go to the header. Copy this. Control A, Control C. Very simple, straightforward. And what is the name of this header? What is the name of the export? Header. And header need to be imported in app.js. How to import it? Import header from header. Import header from header. So inside the header, I'll place something. What do you want to place inside the header? This class name is not required. You can delete it. Class name, if you want, you can specify with header. Class name is header. Okay, so this is going to be having h1. I'm from, so hello React. Welcome to Surat. This is header component separately created. Header component separately created. Okay, now header component already imported in the app.js. Can I use header now? How to use header? How to use header? N number of headers are placed in app.js. Header is a separate component now. That header component imported into the app.js. App.js already imported into the index.js. In index.js, app.js is rendering. In React DOM.render, app is a root level component. Can you see? Observe. Can you see? Observe. This is your index.html, sir. Index.html. In index.html, index.js is working. Index.js is working. Yes or no? Index.js is working. In index.js, already app.js calling by the React DOM.render. App.js is calling, but for this app.js, what is the component I got added? This is my custom component I got added. What is the component I got added with? Header.js. I can able to add n number of components, right? I can able to add n number of components into the app.js. App.js is the root level component. This is the root level component. Not root. Root is different. Root level component is different. Root is your ID. Root is your ID in index.html. Now I'm saying a word called root level component. Root level component is the first component of your web page. Who is the first component on your web page? App is the first component on your web page. Why? Because of app is rendering with, merging with, app is merging with index.js using by the react DOM.render method. React DOM.render method. So that is the very reason app is root level. On top of the app, I can able to add header. I can able to add footer. Can I able to add footer? Footer.js. I can able to add header. I can able to add footer. Anything I can able to add. Yes sir, no sir. So this is already done, but I am telling for the new people. So morning people, 10 o'clock people. Okay, now header, number of times header placed. Now can I execute this? What is the, no need to save sir. No need to save. Header called how many times? 4 times. Why? Because of I given header for 4 times. Now I want to change CSS for the header. How to change CSS for the header? Class name is what? Okay, so sorry. Yeah. Okay, what is the class name for this? Header. Take the class. App.css already imported up. Go to app.css. Where is the app.css? Yes, here. And go to the dot header. Take the CSS for the header. Header background color. What is the background color you want? You can just give. And the color of the header. This is normal CSS. Text line, already text line is there. And text font style, italic, and padding 10 pixel. Header got updated with the padding. There is some padding. So padding, I'm just giving 5 pixel enough or 4 pixel enough. Now you see, you got a header. You got a header. Hello React, welcome to Suna. Let's take a footer now. Let's take a footer now. How to take footer for this? Let me create a footer dot. How to create footer dot JS? Footer dot JS. JS or JSX? No. Footer dot JS. Footer dot JS also having the concept of header. And let me give here footer. And this is the footer. Let me change the name. FOOTER, footer. Footer. And the class name is footer. Hello React, welcome. So copyright from Sunal Technologies. I'm going to be giving copyrights from Sunal Technologies. So I'm just writing something. Footer concept. Copyright Sunal Technologies at the rate 2022. That's it. Fine. Now this is footer. Now I need to import footer where? App.js. Import footer from footer. Header is there. Footer is there. I got header. I got footer. I got header. I got footer. So can you see footer? What is the output of the footer? I got footer placed. I got footer placed. But where is the footer? On the bottom of the screen. How to place footer bottom of the screen? Can I take this one H2? H2. Okay. Header and footer. Let me go to the CSS. This is the header. Let me go to the footer. Class is footer. Okay. So background color same. Padding same. Everything same for footer. Now see the output. Footer is also there with the same style. But positions now I need to make it. Okay. Let me go to the positions. For header position. Can I go relative position? Position fixed. Directly you can give fixed position. We already know this one in CSS. Position fixed, width 100%, margin 0 pixel, margin 0 pixel. One more, top left, top 0 pixel, left 0 pixel, top 0 pixel, left 0 pixel. Okay, so position, width for footer, position fixed, width 100%, margin 0 pixel, top 0 pixel, top or bottom? Bottom 0 pixel, bottom, BOOT, bottom 0 pixel, left 0 pixel. Now you see where your header got fixed, where your footer got fixed. Header and footer both are fixed. And for footer, padding. Can I remove the padding for footer? Now you got header, you got footer. This is H2 na? Can I take H4? H4 is a smaller one. Huh? Okay, H1 and H4. Now you got header, you got footer in top of the page. And can I have multiple elements inside this? Whatever the elements you want, you can take. So can I take image? Can I take image component? Okay, how to take image component? Image.js. Image.js. Same concept. This one now image. Okay, img. So take img here. img src. Export it, sir. First of all, export it. Now img src is equal to, okay, whatever the image you want, you can take it. Let me take some image here. Can I take this? Copy image address, paste inside. Yes, so this is a bigger one. Can I take the smaller one? Copy image address, the smaller one. Okay, now this image need to import. Where I need to import this image? App.js, very good, sir. Import image from image. After the header, I want to take the image. Okay, how many images you want? Image is one component, header is one component, footer is one component, and top of the app.js, placing header, placing footer, placing images. Creating components are very simple, and attaching it with export and imports. Now let's see. We got all the images, but image size is very, very bigger one. So what is the class name for that? img. img is the class name. Go to the app.css .img. Width is 25%. Height is auto. Height is auto. 25%. At how many images will come? Not working. So what's the problem? app.css already there. It's working fine. Star img tag. Image. Can I take class name image? This is fine now. Not working is the problem. Component. No, sir. Instead of that, we can give style sheet here. Directly I will take IMG SRC. IMG. Now it is working fine. Fine, huh? Fine. That is fine. But after the header, I will take some breaks. Huh? How to take break? Okay, so let me take C. Yes, sir. Header fixed. Header fixed, footer fixed. No issues. Header fixed, footer fixed, component. This is actually image component. This is component. This is image component. How many images I got placed? A lot of images I got placed. So you can try to work out all these things for today. Tomorrow we'll work with the props and states.